Hello everyone, it's Isaac Ebosho, your instructor for ENGL 2500, written, oral, visual, and electronic composition. In this video, I'm going to review what you can expect in week 5, specifically during our writing conference week and peer review week. To do this, I'm going to walk you through the module tab. So once I click on the module tab, watch what happens. I'm going to scroll all the way to week 5 where I can find the activities. Specifically, I invite you to check out week 5, the module, the agenda. Now you will notice that there is an agenda for Monday, there is an agenda for Wednesday, and there's an agenda for Friday. I must say this, and I'll repeat myself, that we are not going to be meeting at our regular classroom space. I've decided to give you guys the time, the space to prepare for your rhetorical analysis essay assignment. So you will have the time to work on it. At the same time, you would also have the time to plan to meet with your peers. So you all will have assigned peers, and you will find out I'm going to talk about how you can find out that information. So this is the agenda. So make sure you know what to expect, and so make sure you read through this agenda carefully. If I have to edit it, I will go back and edit it. But this is the current agenda I've planned for week 5. Now, if you're conferencing with me, you also want to take note of the meeting place, which we're going to be meeting at the Parks Library. And I'm going to walk you through a brief presentation. Now, if you are engaged in if you're going to be engaged in a peer review, you need to know who your assigned peers are, and that information can be found if you click here. If you're in my section 44, or if you're in my section 45. If you're in my section 44, you will click on where you have rhetorical analysis draft, section 44, day 1 peer review, and scroll all the way down. You'll find the list of peers that has been assigned to your group. Okay. Now, if you're in my 45, you will do the same and find your assigned peer member. Okay. Now, let's go into my presentation that I've designed, because that would cover what I want you to know and understand about the peer review process. But before I do so, I want to mention the writing conference information can be found here. So once you click here, there's a sign up sheet. You are, as I said, to sign up before Tuesday. I'm going to lock this sheet by 12 noon. This helps me to plan and prepare to meet with you all. In one section, there are at least 23 to 24 of you. So I need time to prepare to see you, or to engage in a conference with you. So that's why you should make up your mind as the sooner the better. So once you've signed up, and many of you have already done so, you are going to also get a copy of the writing conference preparation worksheets. Make a copy of this and have some questions for me. So during the conference, you will share this worksheet with me, and I will try my best to answer all your questions. Now, when looking at this, I want to also mention that there are other activities planned. There's an activity on writing, activity on feedback, which you will complete by the end of class time on Monday, and there's an activity on peer review, which you'll complete by the end of class time on Wednesday. Okay, so let's go into our presentation. So, as I mentioned, there is an agenda for Monday. What you need to know about Monday is that you will be submitting your first draft for the rhetorical analysis essay, and you will be completing an activity on feedback, and that activity is due at the end of class time. You also want to find out, as I mentioned earlier, your assigned peer review classmates, and that can be found in the modules tab. The next thing you want to remember is that when you turn in your draft, make sure that it is, if you're using Google Doc, make sure that I have access to the documents. if you can also download the document and as a Word document and submit. If it's a Microsoft Word, you can also do the same. So that way I can always see it. You don't have to like change restriction, permission to view or permission to edit at any time. Alright, so make sure you read through these instructions carefully, and because this summarizes what I am expecting from you on Monday. On Wednesday, remember, is when we have our writing conference. So what can you expect during our writing conference? Well, you will meet with me at the Parks Library. It's either going to be it's on the ground floor, 101D or 101C, depending on the day you've chosen to meet with me for your conference. Now, like I said, it's on a first come first serve basis. So if you do not have an appointment, if you do not complete this worksheet, the sign up sheet, I will not be meeting with you. You cannot just show up there and say you want to meet with me, because I'm going to be following the schedule. So that's why I've repeated myself that you sign up as soon as possible. Don't wait until the last minute, and then there could be changes and I need to be prepared to see you. So by Tuesday noon you should have made up your mind. Now on Friday, that's when we have our final conference. That's the last day. I will be meeting with you. So if I don't see you on a Wednesday, I'm seeing you on a Friday. So what you can expect, you can expect that during the writing conference on Friday, it will be similar to what I at the conference on Wednesday. The key difference is that those of you meeting with me on Friday, you probably have gotten some feedback on Wednesday, so you've had a chance to improve your draft. So I think I could, and if you have questions, then I could answer those questions during the conference. Also remember that you have a rhetorical reflection to submit. I've made it due the following day, which is on a Saturday. It's pretty easy to write. You're just reflecting on your process of writing this rhetorical analysis, engaging in peer review and feedback. So I think this is something you guys can easily do and complete. Peer review, in summary, you are going to be engaged in peer review on Wednesday the 19th and on Friday the 21st. You get to decide with your peers whether you want to meet online, maybe through Zoom or WebEx, or in person, maybe at the library. Whatever choice you make to meet with each other, just be responsible it does know that you're responsible for the decision. Now, I'm going to turn to an important point that I want to make here, is that when you engage in peer review, make sure that you have an author's note on your paper. Your author's note on the top of your draft to summarize in a few sentences your key goals in your rhetorical analysis essay. What do you want your peer review partners, your peer reviewers to know about your draft? At what stage is this? Is this something where do you need feedback? Or what exactly what kinds of feedback are you expecting? Then you want to make that note there, so it's helpful to the reader, so they know where you are and perhaps what they need to look at, that maybe some blind spot that you want them to shine attention to, and maybe perhaps to help you. Remember, this is about feedback, and feedback is a process where you gain information that can help you improve your paper. That's the whole goal of engaging in peer review. Now we have a writing conference, and the writing conference is going to be at the Parks Library. Again, it's on Wednesday and on Friday. So remember that you need to find the sign-up sheet. If you haven't, that's where you will know the time when you need to see me and the space. We're going to be using the ground floor of the library. I mentioned there was two particular, but I'm going to let you do the work of finding the information on the module tab, specifically for week 5. Look for the writing conference information, and then on the sign-up sheet you should have that information there. So if you're new to Iowa State University, this is what inside the Parks Library looks like. So I'm going to be on the ground floor. So you just look at the information, the room information, and you should be fine. That concludes my summary for what you can expect for our writing conference and our peer review week. I hope to see you guys during our conference, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.